And now we take a break from Campaign 2018. Connecticut Legal Services, a nonprofit law firm, joined forces with the Yale Law School to do something somewhat unprecedented. They took on 2 children who had been separated from their parents at the U.S. border in Texas. And they appealed to a judge in Bridgeport, and the judge agreed to reunite them. And joining us here is Joshua Perry from Connecticut Legal Services.
It's really great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. This really, I think, you know, for a small state like Connecticut to jump on this bandwagon. Now, clearly there were other states who were have filed lawsuits, and a lot of people were very disturbed by seeing all these families separated. But you took a different path. You filed it on behalf of these 2 children. Why?
That's right. So there were 2 children, a 9-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl, who were detained by the federal government at a shelter in eastern Connecticut. And they had been sent there after being separated from their parents at the border. Both families came to this country looking for freedom from persecution, freedom from violence.
They were seeking asylum.
That's exactly right. But they were held here after being ripped away from their parents, and it didn't look like anything was going to change for them. We saw the administration dragging its feet nationally in bringing families back together in the face of a massive public outcry against this cruel and ultimately illegal and unconstitutional policy. So we were fortunate enough to be able to partner with the Yale Law School Worker and Immigrant Rights Advocacy Clinic, filed a lawsuit, and received really remarkable support from across Connecticut.
A lot of attention, and we're looking at pictures of a rally that was held outside Bridgeport Superior Court. And do you think that that attention swayed the judge, or in a sense he felt that there was a deadline? He wasn't setting a precedent case, that the California judge had already said that those families had to be reunited. So why not do it now? Why wait?
So I think the judge was driven by his understanding of the law. What happened in separating children pursuant to this zero-tolerance policy from their parents is clearly a violation of fundamental fairness and due process. In this country, and in Connecticut certainly, we still deeply value freedom and fairness and family. And those values are embedded in our constitutions. So the judge found that the government had violated their rights. But the critical step was the next step, which was that the United States Attorney in Connecticut did the right thing. They brought the parents of these 2 children to Connecticut, they brought them together with their children, and they released them. And
what about those who say, I mean, these are illegal people. They are trying to enter this country. And why should they be granted protection here?
Well, they're people who do not now have legal permanent residency status. No person is illegal. But they're people who came to this country seeking the same things that my great-grandparents came to this country seeking, and the great-grandparents of many, many people who are in your audience today. And that's freedom from persecution, freedom from fear, freedom from violence. And they absolutely do have a legal right to come to this country and seek those things, and that's what they're doing.
Prior presidents did similar things, I believe, during the Obama administration, even in the Clinton administration, that families were separated. Why is this different?
So no prior president has established a blanket zero-tolerance policy that rips children as young as their infancy away from their families.
So the difference here is that that was done more on a case-by-case basis, and this was everyone, no exceptions.
So look, government does have the power. It's an extraordinary power, and it should be exercised very, very carefully to separate children from their parents. When there's a finding that the parents are unfit to be parents, that's not what happened here. This was a blanket policy. 2 children from extraordinarily loving families were ripped away, and long-term serious trauma was done.
I want to thank you. I wish we had more time, because I think this is a topic that could certainly use it. But I want to thank you for joining us on Face the State. And I understand the families are here in Connecticut, and now plans are being made for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We want to thank you for watching Face the State, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And of course, we'll be back here next Sunday. Take care.